This is the S&P 500 ETF SPY one-day reading for January 9th, 2024. It's currently October 31st, 2023, 1:16 p.m. Eastern Time. SPY at the time of this reading is currently $416.86. That's USD. And the shuffle video we're about to play for you right here in the corner was created on October 25th, 2023 at 8:38 p.m. Eastern Time. That's this video here. So the overall theme and behavior for the 9th, we have an important resistance level highlighted on a multi-day kind of scale. It'll stand out as important. There's usually a lot of price change in the midst of the Ace of Swords, and one is usually, based on that behavior of the chart movement, one is usually able to trade both directions by putting a leg on at a time, or first trading a long position and then switching to a short position, or vice versa. That's usually what happens with the Ace of Swords. It can also be a very toppy card. It could be indicating a highest high. Princess of Swords here is a cross-reading congruency for the 10th. Princess of Swords and the Ace of Swords very, very similar. We have a high January high significator cross-reading congruency, i.e. the Queen of the high on the January cluster of the 2024 reading, a cross-reading congruency here. So I think we probably see our highest price level thus far for the month of January, and probably even for the year thus far here on the 9th, early in the morning. It may be that we saw it here at the end of the day as well, but we see it here early in the morning. And behavior around the highest side, there's an important range that's highlighted at the high, and the chart behavior somehow counteracts the high, making it irrelevant. Behavior around the lowest low, we have a decline through multiple support levels into the low. It'll stand out, the decline would stand out on a one-day chart. But overall, pretty mixed day. I'm advised to trade around an important price level on a multi-day scale, an important, looks like support level on a multi-day scale. And before I go any further, let's make sure everybody's aware the whole purpose of the channel is to transmute the competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill, thus making the world a better place. The more people that follow this channel and follow that role, the better the world becomes, and we can really make an army of people transmuting stock market energy into goodwill. And while doing that, my friends, we can also get wealthy. The universe has no issues with us becoming wealthy, as long as it's not all about oneself. It needs to be about other people. So follow the rule of karma. You do so here on the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders, where we ask that you donate 5% of the profits forward to one of these charities here, 5% of the profits back to the channel here through one of these links. If you're international, you can use Wise or you can use YouTube. It leaves you at 90% of the profits. Make sure to spend that money out of love. As long as you follow this rule, every time you profit from this information, do not put it off. The universe does not have patience for people putting things off with good intentions that don't take you anywhere. What you do now echoes in eternity, my friends. That was a Gladiator quote, but I love it. What you do now echoes in eternity. So make sure to follow the rule of karma now, because you'll follow through every time if you do it that way, rather than putting it off. And the universe will continue to send you that flow of abundance, sending it tenfold back at you through this channel, my friends. Blessings to all my angel investors. Let's finish off the reading. So likely a higher open here, or it's the same open. It's either a higher open or the same open here on the 9th, probably at a highest high here. When we successfully turn resistance into support around the open, there's a bit of a rally along a diagonal trend line, breaking through horizontal resistance, meeting a second resistance, and then pulling back to somewhere between those two price levels, and multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance here between that open and like 11 o'clock hour. Actually, probably more so between like the open and 10 o'clock hour, and that's where I would close out of the long positions that were opened if there was long position to open and held overnight, or if I open a long position here at the open, I would want to close it when we have these multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance, probably right around 10 at a day's highest high, and probably a month's highest high and a year's highest high thus far. But then after those multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance, we get into some pretty erratic behavior somewhere between 10 and 12 o'clock, and it's erratic behavior back and forth through the same price level. In the midst of that, we'll both see the low of the day, or the first low of the day, and we'll revisit a crest that was recently a past opportunity. Between the 12 and 1 o'clock hour, there's a sideways fluctuating decline that precedes a notable move higher between roughly 1 and 2. In the midst of that sideways fluctuating decline, there's a lot of cross-reading correlations between the nullified cards here and here, so probably a lot of price change here between like